right, well, we'll start our meeting tonight on Thursday, January 8th. We'll have a Board of Finance meeting, and I will call that to order. Can we do anything without Chris on that?
I don't believe there needs to be a vote. I can read a few of the numbers.
Okay.
So, looking at the end of last year, we started last year with 1.6 million in the operating fund. We're ending it with 1.8. The gift fund, we started 8.8 or 8,800. We're ending with 9,900. Rainy day, we started with 255,000. We ended with 326 due to the transfer we did at the beginning of last year, and we didn't use too much of it. State tech grant, those are just funds that we don't use too terribly often. Looking at the appropriations report that we went through, we ended the year with $86,000 that we did not use out of our operating fund. And that's with all of the accounts being above zero. Too much else to go with that.
Okay. And are we gonna sign anything, or are we gonna vote, or?
I don't think there needs to be any
Okay.
for that or anything. It's just
Okay.
looking at what the finances are.
Okay, and if there was any public input, could that have been on there, or they don't? This wouldn't have been.
We could probably let them. It's just hasn't been on the agendas in the past during that section, so I just didn't have it on.
Okay.
Then the list of newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
So after the agenda in your packet, there's a list of newspapers that we send the official meeting dates, and we'll send other publications to as they are needed. That's the Times Union and the Tribune News. Those are the ones we have sent in the past. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. With Chris not being here, can we go on to look at the minutes and things, and maybe he'll show up, and then we can do election officers?
I'll see why not.
Okay. Well, we can look over our minutes and see if there's any additions or corrections to that. We're still good on the Hoosier Pioneer for the 13th. Is this the same guy that's been here before? He was very good. He talked about dying. They wore green clothes because that was from the pulp or something, the bark from the wood that they would boil to help their clothes and stuff. Yeah. Okay, do I have a motion to accept our board meeting minutes from December 11th, 2025?
I wasn't here, but I so move.
Okay, second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second to approve our board meeting minutes. All in favor by saying aye. Aye. And opposed? Okay.
Aye.
There we go, we got her. Okay. Cody, would you want to go into your director's report?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the approval of claims.
Okay.
So there's that. So director's report for January 2026, we had 7 attendees for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's showing for South Whitley Cinema is going to be January 23rd, and we are going to be showing the newest Superman movie. We had 29 attendees at the South Whitley Community Church Praise Team concert. On January 6th, we started a new program for small children. We're calling it Shake the Sillies Out. The idea is to have some form of physical activity that can be done for the kids in the auditorium before story time on Tuesdays. It allows the kids just to get their energy out, possibly pay better attention during the story time. We're looking at running that through either March or April, just depending on the weather. We're putting the final touches on winter reading. That's going to start on January 19th and run through the 27th. Our community goal for reading is 200,000 minutes. I believe in the last summer reading we hit 250,000. So, and our goal was 100,000, so we decided to up that. Hope that we beat that one. We will be having a salary class on January 10th. The class had a limit on attendees, and it has been filled. I believe it was 12. Right, 12. On January 13th, we're going to be hosting the Hoosier Pioneers, talk about Pioneer Life in Indiana. We have a diorama class scheduled for January 24th. This is in part to support a historical diorama contest that we're going to be running in a couple months. We were going to partner with the other libraries in the county, but that has fallen through, sadly. The first week of February, we're going to be setting up the pickleball net in the auditorium for the public to be able to use. We're planning on allowing people to sign up for 1-hour slots Monday through Thursday, noon to 6, Friday 11 to 3, and Saturday 10 to 1. It's just to give the public an opportunity to maybe get out of the house and move around a little bit in the middle of winter. It just seems like a nice way to do it. Staff and library development. We have ordered some materials for a hygiene pantry so that we can just get that started. We're working on getting verified for the Walmart Spark Good program, where we would be able to apply for grants for that. We received the requested amount, which was $818 from the South Whitley Facilities Grant application, and that is going to materials for the community garden. We've ordered those materials specified, and there were some sales, so we had a little bit of money left over. We asked if we could use that for soil and things like that. They said that we could do that. We are waiting to hear back from the Community Foundation for a grant application for a Charlie cart. Outreach and community involvement. Ruth and I will be meeting Justin Barker and Ashley McCandich, two local Edward Jones financial advisors, on Monday. They've expressed interest in sponsoring a program or something later this year. Vicki Fleschauer and I attended the Wellbeing Alliance luncheon at the Peabody Library today. They gave some updates on what their committees have been working on. I'm planning on contacting Darcy Hoopengardner about one of the programs that was highlighted. The anonymously sponsored essay contest is currently running. Students can return their essays on January 30th to be judged. We changed the rules just a little bit from what was originally specified, because it was specified as a 2-page essay, which we thought might be a little much for some of the younger kids. So we broke it up into age category, and each of the 3 collectible coins will be a prize for each category. Building maintenance, we have some buckets set up to catch any potential leaks in the staff room. There hasn't been a leak for a little bit, thankfully, with it being a little bit warmer. I'll need to discuss with the Building and Grounds Committee about working on the roof this year, just to get that taken care of. New fire door has been put in place. That is the one at the top of the staircase just over there. We have to replace a few of the light bulbs in the genealogy area. Technology, ABC has installed new computers that were ordered. That was 8 computers that replaced 1 staff computer and a couple of different staff computers and other computers out front of the front desk. The plan for the Cassie migration to the server is still being developed. We did pay that up front in order to have that come out of the 2025 30-day budget, as was approved at the last meeting. Larry and Michael has started looking into what computers are running unsupported versions of Microsoft Office, because 2016 and 2019 are now unsupported. And we're going to discuss a few options to be able to take care of that. Finance, we received the first disbursement for local income tax. It was $31,431. This means that we should be receiving about $377,172 in list disbursements, not taking into account supplemental disbursements, which are not guaranteed. We received the cost for the 2025 audit, which was $4,040.05. I believe that's going to be taken off the first property tax disbursement for
me.
Yeah, we'll hear from the treasurer's report and the resolution, and then we'll go back to election of officers.
So just quickly here, end of year 2025, the operating fund this time last year was 1.61 million compared to 1.8 million, so just a little bit of an increase. Gift funds right in line. Rainy days got the transfer from last year, which we'll also get to with the transfer for this year. The rest of them are just clearing accounts. Grand total, all accounts 1.89 this time last year compared to 2.17 this year. Really, I'm not going to touch much on the appropriation report. We did some resolutions there at the December meeting to make sure all the accounts were going to fall in line and not be below 0%. And all of them are in line and still overall remain 10% of the budget. That's all I have.
Have any questions on the treasurer's report? Have a motion to accept the treasurer's report as written?
I move to accept the treasurer's report as written.
A motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second to accept our treasurer's report. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That away. All right. So we'll talk about rainy day transfer resolution.
So this is something that we do every January. The money that's left over in the operating fund can be transferred into the rainy day fund, 10% of our total budget. So that would be $85,700, which is what we transferred last year. With the operating fund being at $86,600, we're able to transfer over that total amount to rainy day. So that's just the resolution for that.
And we do that because rainy day fund is more accessible to, is that the reason?
So the money left over at the end of the year to be put into the rainy day account, and basically to be saved back for future projects or anything that might be needed for a rainy day. And then during the budget time frame, we have the appropriations for the operating expenditures, and then we have appropriations from our rainy day funds. So our total budget for 26 is at $891,000. Our operating is $871,000, and rainy day is $20,000. So that's basically saying we can use
Okay.
$20,000.
Okay.
How much rainy day can we build up? Is there a cap?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
And then we have to use purple vote for the resolution.
We need a motion to
Yeah.
accept the rainy day transfer resolution. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion, and we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to accept our rainy day transfer resolution. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
You're opposed? Okay.
Then you want to do the election of officers?
Sure. So listed below, on the bottom there, we have who is currently in what position. This will be, this coming year will be my last year, and I'll serve until November.
Correct.
Right, so, okay. So, I will serve as president one more year if there's anyone else that would like to be or anything.
I think that's a good way to finish up your last year.
Okay.
I agree.
And I want to, I've talked about Tanya and I with our going to Florida for 6 months. I think I won't do that till 27. So I think that I should finish out my term and be done then. So, okay.
So you're saying November 26th?
Yes. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Your term is over this year.
yeah.
Your elected term is over then, that's why you'll be done with president in
Mhm.
November instead of December, okay.
Well,
His term on the board.
term on the
Right.
board is
Yeah.
over in
Right.
November, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can be done with both.
Mhm. Yep.
So
Well, I was just thinking, why don't you finish out the year, because your term on the board is over in November.
Yep.
So then, are the other nominations have a vote? You should probably do the actual vote.
Okay, a vote for, now do I have to exclude myself? Or I can vote for myself, Ruth? Can you vote for me, Ruth? Anyway, we'll have a vote for President David Warner. All in favor?
I'll make a motion to keep Dave as president through
Okay.
November 26th.
There we go.
Second,
I'll second it.
say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Then we'll just have to have an election in November?
I will look up to see if we need to have the election to replace the
Or
president.
whether vice president.
Or
Or whether it's
vice
for the
president.
vice
Vice
president,
president.
just
Once
was
a
it
year,
for a
that
month?
makes
but-
sense.
But I'll look that up.
Mhm.
Okay. Laura, you are currently vice president. Would you like to stay in that position for one more year?
Sure. As long-
Okay.
You know, I don't have to do anything till December, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Unless he's not here or something. Well,
I will be gone February and March.
Oh,
Yeah.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
I hated to tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you'll do just fine.
You'll just fine.
There's nothing controversial that you'll have to deal with, so.
I might need you to sign a couple of reports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's about it.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept Laura Hall as vice president of the South Philly Public Library. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right. So now Jessie is currently serving as our secretary.
I think she's done a wonderful job.
I am happy to continue.
Jessie will set the nomination. Okay, do we have a motion for Jessie to be our secretary for next year,
I
this year?
so move that we
All right.
keep Jessica in that position.
Okay, all in favor of saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Chris, do you want to be our treasurer another year?
If somebody else can take it, they want.
Oh, no, listen, I think you do an excellent job. It's a numbers job at the bank like you do, and I appreciate the extra hours you put into this job.
Is
Okay.
it a pretty time-consuming job?
No, but
Well,
I do,
I mean-
I look over all the numbers.
You have to be at the meeting, but yeah.
well, I know we all appreciate
Mhm.
your effort.
Absolutely.
So I'd like to make a motion that Chris Shoemaker retain his position as secretary of the South Philly Community Public Library.
Treasure.
Treasurer, right. Thanks, Ruth. Do I hear a motion to accept Chris Shoemaker as our treasurer?
I'll motion that.
Second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion accept, second for Chris Shoemaker to be our treasurer. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, there's officers.
Joe wasn't here, we missed the opportunity to bring him in.
That's why.
Yeah.
Giving you guys that option for mine.
Vice president the past 2
We'll do
years.
that too next one.
Is that anything he could be still? I don't know what his profession was.
Okay, any old business, anyone? And our new business then?
So the first item of new business, the quarterly plaque report. This is the public library access card, which you can, if you have a library card, you can pay for this and then have access to the physical collections of any public library in the state. We had 0 sell in this last quarter, which is pretty low. That's all there is to report.
Remind me what the cost of that is.
65.
65, that's yearly.
Yeah.
It's been that for quite some time.
Yeah. As long as I've been in public libraries, which is 8 years now. Thereabouts. resetting the board committees. So we do have the Building and Grounds Committee, Nominating Board Development Committee, Finance Committee, and the Personnel Policy Committee. The board president is on every one, so am I. And the board treasurer is on finance.
Are those listed somewhere, or did you just rattle them off there?
Yes, that-
Oh, I just, it's
Oh,
basically
okay.
the mark of the form. If there's an open spot, I can always email him and ask if he has an interest.
Are the double lines for two people to sign up on that?
Yes.
committee?
We can only have 3 board members on each committee. If 4 meet, then it's technically a voting quorum, so that's technically a meeting, and we have to advertise it and everything. But if there's only 3, we can't do any votes, so we can meet and discuss business and stuff like that.
Excuse me, you can move my stuff if it's in the way, just move that.
I think there's 2 spots for Joe.
Thank you.
Okay. Miscellaneous, anyone? Okay. Public comment? No? All right. Well, we will adjourn our meeting tonight.